Hey, 49ers fans. Today we need to dive into some of the most significant developments affecting our team, and unfortunately, this one hits hard. Michael Williams, a cornerstone of the San Francisco 49ers defensive front, suffered a serious knee injury in a game that had barely a few minutes left. He was in pursuit of Jackson Dart when the turf at MetLife struck again, causing another injury. It happened as he tried to plant his right leg, and the moment it went wrong, you could see the reaction immediately. As he attempted to tackle Dart around the ankles, he grabbed at his knee, unable to straighten it. Despite walking off the field under his own power and making it into the locker room, the severity was apparent. The pain in his expression told the story, and after the game, head coach Kyle Shanahan confirmed fears of an ACL tear. When a coach says that after consulting the medical staff, it is almost certain that the injury is severe, and unfortunately, Michael Williams is set to miss extensive time. Williams, only 21 years old, was already proving to be an essential part of the Niners' defense in his first year. While some casual observers might focus on his lack of statistics or argue that he did not make an impact this season, the truth is far different. His presence on the field was instrumental in shaping a defense that had struggled in past seasons. Trent Williams, another key member of the squad, emphasized after the game how important Michael was for the defensive scheme, highlighting the impact of his versatility, power, and ability to collapse the pocket. Losing him is a major setback, but as Shanahan insists, it's always the next man up for San Francisco. Still, missing a full season at such a young age, especially when his development as a pass rusher was just beginning, is a significant blow. The nature of the injury is believed to involve the meniscus as well, but the ACL is the main concern, and recovery is projected to take 9 to 12 months. For a player in the early stages of his career, this means missing crucial off-season training, including organized team activities, mini camps, training camp, and even the start of the next season. This absence interrupts the growth process, especially for a pass rusher who needs consistent reps to refine his technique, improve his burst, and develop his arsenal of moves. Michael will remain a powerful presence, but the loss of opportunities to refine his skills on the field is irreplaceable. Despite this setback, his contributions to the team cannot be overstated. He helped elevate the Niners' run defense from one of the league's worst to a top 10 unit, and his positional versatility, capable of playing both defensive end and defensive tackle, added a level of physicality and length that pressure quarterbacks and disrupted offensive schemes. The timing of this injury could not be worse. The 49ers' defensive end rotation is already stretched thin due to injuries. Nick Bosa is out for the season with an ACL injury sustained in Week 3. Euro Matos has been placed on injured reserve and will miss at least the next 4 games, and Bryce Huff's availability remains uncertain, though there is hope he may return against the Rams. Jake Brendel has not yet opened his practice window, leaving him sidelined as well. This leaves San Francisco with a depleted defensive line at a crucial point in the season, forcing them to rely on younger and less experienced players to fill significant roles. The importance of Michael Williams' development and the missed reps this injury causes cannot be overstated. He had started every game for the 49ers and was building momentum, demonstrating both pass rush productivity and run-stopping ability. Against the Giants, he was putting together one of his best games, accumulating pressures and hurries that placed him among the top edge defenders in the league. Now, with the season interrupted, the team loses both talent and potential growth. This situation reflects a larger issue that has plagued the 49ers in recent years, a staggering rate of injuries affecting key starters. Brock Purdy has already missed 7 games. Tight end George Kittle went on injured reserve after missing 5 games, and a slew of other starters, including Fred Warner and Brandon Ayuk, remain sidelined. The injury trend has raised questions about training routines, conditioning, turf surfaces, and overall recovery strategies. While the strength and conditioning staff is often scrutinized, there are broader systemic concerns, and the pattern has persisted nearly a decade. Each new injury, like Michael Williams' ACL tear, adds to the narrative of a team battling against circumstances beyond their control. Despite this adversity, the team is exploring options to strengthen the roster. Trade discussions have begun, focusing on edge rushers who can help plug the gaps left by these injuries. Rumors suggest interest in players like Jermaine Johnson and Bradley Chubb, each bringing their own mix of youth, experience, and skill. Jermaine Johnson, for instance, thrived under previous schemes, is only 26 years old, and could provide immediate impact at the defensive end while potentially fitting into the Niners' long-term plans. Bradley Chubb, while slightly older at 29, has proven his ability to perform at a high level and could bring veteran leadership to a young defensive line. These moves reflect the urgency the 49ers face in shoring up their pass rush and defending the NFC West in a season that remains wide open. Johnson offers size, versatility, and run-stopping ability, along with a knack for disrupting passing lanes with his athleticism. Chubb brings experience, proven sack production, and a history of rising to the occasion in critical moments. With the 49ers currently sitting at 6-3, the NFC playoff picture is still very much within reach, but adjustments must be made to mitigate the loss of key defensive stars. Each trade option carries risks, including injury history and contract considerations, but the potential rewards could be substantial. The urgency to act is compounded by the fact that the remaining defensive ends must absorb additional snaps, heightening the physical and mental demands on players already navigating a grueling schedule. As we look at the numbers and the impact of these absences, it becomes clear that Michael Williams was not just another young talent, but a player integral to the Niners' identity on defense. His power, technique, and versatility contributed to both the pass rush and the run defense, providing a rare combination of physicality and skill. Losing him is not only a setback for the current season, but a challenge to the team's development plans, requiring coaches to recalibrate strategies and integrate other players into crucial roles. The ripple effect extends beyond the defensive line, influencing matchups, rotations, and game planning on both sides of the ball. Every practice, every snap, and every strategic adjustment becomes critical as the team navigates these challenges. Injuries, trades, and roster adjustments now dominate discussions around the Niners, and fans are watching closely to see how the team responds. The opportunity to bring in a player like Jermaine Johnson, familiar with similar schemes and possessing the athleticism to contribute immediately, offers hope that the team can offset some of the damage caused by recent losses. Similarly, exploring options like Bradley Chubb reflects a commitment to maintaining comp. With Michael Williams sidelined for the season, the Niners are left to figure out how to distribute snaps and responsibilities among a much thinner defensive line. The absence of Williams, combined with Nick Bosa already being out for the year and Euro Matos on injured reserve, forces younger players into starting roles far earlier than anticipated. This accelerated development can be both a challenge and an opportunity. For instance, rookies and less experienced players are gaining valuable in-game experience, but they are also being tested against some of the league's most powerful offensive lines without the guidance and support of veteran edge rushers. The coaching staff now faces the daunting task of balancing player development with the immediate need to remain competitive in a tightly contested NFC West. In this context, every defensive snap takes on greater importance. With multiple starters out, communication and coordination along the defensive front become crucial. Misalignments or missed assignments could lead to big plays for the opposition, putting extra pressure on the linebackers and secondary to compensate. This is where strategic ingenuity from the coaching staff becomes invaluable. Adjustments in pass rush schemes, stunts, and defensive rotations can help mask inexperience and maintain effectiveness. But there are limits. The loss of Michael Williams, a player who provided not only pass rushing pressure, but also strong run support, leaves a tangible void. His ability to collapse the pocket and force quarterbacks into hurried decisions was a key factor in the 49ers' defensive success, and replicating that presence requires careful planning and perhaps even unconventional personnel decisions. Trade discussions have therefore become more urgent. Jermaine Johnson emerges as a particularly compelling option due to his familiarity with schemes similar to the Niners and his potential to integrate quickly. His athletic profile, standing 6'5", 262 pounds, with a rare combination of length and agility, makes him capable of contributing in both run defense and pass rush. At 26 years old, he is still entering the prime years of his career, offering not only immediate impact, but also the potential to be a building block for the Niners' defense in the coming seasons. Reports suggest that acquiring Johnson may not require a prohibitive draft pick, making him a feasible option even as the team navigates salary and cap considerations. His ability to bat passes at the line of scrimmage, combined with solid technique and positional versatility, positions him as a candidate to help stabilize a defensive end rotation in crisis. Bradley Chubb presents a slightly different profile, offering a combination of experience, proven production, and a history of overcoming injuries. Though older at 29, Chubb has demonstrated the ability to generate consistent pressure on quarterbacks, record sacks, and contribute in run defense throughout his career. His presence could provide immediate relief to the depleted defensive line, offering a veteran voice and skill set that younger players can lean on. Chubb's experience also adds a layer of reliability in high-pressure situations, such as critical divisional matchups or potential playoff games. While any acquisition carries risk, particularly when dealing with injury histories, both Johnson and Chubb offer tangible upside in mitigating the damage caused by recent absences and maintaining competitiveness as the season progresses. Beyond individual player acquisitions, the broader picture for the 49ers involves recalibrating their defensive philosophy for the rest of the season. The coaching staff may need to emphasize shorter, quicker pass rush techniques to minimize exposure for less experienced players, while adjusting coverage schemes to provide additional support. The line between developing talent and remaining competitive becomes razor-thin when multiple key contributors are sidelined, forcing constant evaluation of player readiness and strategic deployment. Each game becomes an experiment in resilience, creativity, and adaptation, testing both players and coaches in equal measure. The ability of the team to absorb adversity and still perform at a high level will likely define their season. Meanwhile, the injury challenges underscore the ongoing debate about the factors contributing to the Niners' persistent injury issues. Questions about turf quality, practice routines, recovery protocols, and conditioning are continually revisited, particularly when ACL injuries, high ankle sprains, and other significant setbacks seem to disproportionately affect the team. While the strength and conditioning staff is often scrutinized, there's also recognition that modern football, with its intensity, speed, and physical demands, inevitably carries risk. Balancing player health, optimal performance, and game day competitiveness remains one of the most complex challenges for the organization. In Michael Williams' case, the intersection of youth, raw talent, and unfortunate circumstances has created a situation that requires both patience and strategic foresight from the Niners leadership. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Whispers are growing louder in Santa Clara, and the NFL world is holding its breath. According to sources close to team operations, former San Francisco 49ers defensive mastermind Robert Saleh could be on his way back to Levi's Stadium. This time, not just for a reunion dinner, but to take charge of the defense once again. The rumor mill began to churn late last night after several insiders hinted that the 49ers front office had reached out to Saleh, who is reportedly eager for a fresh challenge after a turbulent stint elsewhere. Fans in Santa Clara have long associated Saleh's name with energy, intensity, and the kind of defensive dominance that once made the 49ers the most feared unit in the league. The image of Saleh roaring on the sidelines, fists pumping as Nick Bosa and company terrorized opposing quarterbacks, is burned into the memory of every faithful fan. Now, whispers of his potential return have reignited that same fire. While nothing is official yet, the chatter suggests the 49ers have made an aggressive push to reinforce their coaching staff ahead of what they believe could be another Super Bowl run. Saleh, known for his infectious passion and defensive precision, could bring back the gritty edge that defined San Francisco's identity in his first tenure. One anonymous source described the move as a homecoming that makes too much sense to ignore. Around the league, the reaction has been one of cautious excitement. Rival coaches are already speculating how Saleh's defensive schemes could blend with the 49ers' current roster, stacked with elite playmakers. Social media is ablaze, with fans calling it the comeback Santa Clara has been waiting for. If the deal materializes, expect Levi's Stadium to erupt. For the 49ers, this isn't just a coaching move. It's a cultural spark, a statement that the franchise is doubling down on its roots of hard-nosed, intelligent defense. The whispers might still be just that, whispers, but in Santa Clara, the air already feels charged with something bigger. And if Robert Saleh really is on his way back, one thing is certain. The 49ers defense is about to roar again. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the San Francisco 49ers, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.